Hey guys, what's up guys? It is February 6th, 2019. I hope everyone is doing okay. I wanted to start this show off. Let me shrink this a little bit, and I realize that these aren't very big, so I'll try to speak out loud from now on, or actually turn up the settings. Maybe that'll help. Scales text. How about we do 20? Oh, that's much better, right? Everyone can see better now. Um, I wanted to start off the show with BAT, Basic Attention Token. So, what do we see here? Well, BAT really pumped up high based on Coinbase's whole process where they are enabling people to use BAT and earn Bitcoin. Earn BAT. So if you use BAT, you could earn BAT just by using the browser, and you could sign up through Coinbase, and they just announced that. They just released it. So you saw this massive, massive pump here. And let's see how massive actually it is. Let's look at that price range. And now I'll just cut it off with the candle instead of going to the wick. It's around 30%. If we went to the wick, it's around 32. So around a 30% jump from just that BAT jump. And, it actually dropped down almost immediately. So if you caught it, congratulations. That's a pretty big deal. And that's why I've been saying time and time again that you got to make sure that you're up to date with your news. Got to make sure that you're staying current, because these are opportunities that you could potentially capitalize on. If you would have bought at the announcement, you would have been up 30% right now. So this is pretty big. This is pretty big to watch, essentially. And thank you, Crypto Kool-Aid. Thanks for all the support, guys. And hey, Amal, how's everybody? Is Jason alive? Jason is alive. I'm sure he'll be streaming or going on Trader Talk sooner or later. Just staying busy, we got a lot of things going on, and especially with Monarch going on. So everyone's just staying nice and busy. So this is the hourly for BAT. Again, remember guys, do not FOMO into BAT. I've always held BAT for around a year now, so I've held BAT for a very long time. I'm not selling it, the portion that I am. It is a great swing trading opportunity. And I'm sure my guys over in the Moon Lounge, Amal, Jordan, and James, they've been doing analysis of this hardcore. But remember, guys, especially for all you guys non-live viewers, crypto data gets really, really redundant really fast. That's why we set up the group in the first place. You can check it out, absolutely free at cryptosonic.com/discord1, or you can join the premium group. And but aside from that, make sure you guys are looking at your charts. Make sure you guys are keeping current, especially when investing large sums of money, and especially when investing in something like BAT, where it actually has a live product, and any small release, it's going to hype up the product a lot. It's going to hype up the product a lot. So that being said, please make sure to subscribe and like. I really do appreciate it, guys. It just helps people find the channel, and channel growth is good for all of us. So I do appreciate it, and hopefully Bitcoin growth is also good for all of us as well, unless you're shorting Bitcoin, which a lot of people are. And that's something else that I wanted to bring up here. So if you go over to BTC USD shorts, actually I'm wondering if BitMEX has the shorts here. Let's take a look. Oh, but they're XBT. Remember that. No, I've been using Bitfinex, and that's what I will be using. So, wow, this is pretty crazy. Okay, so this is the 4-hour interval. So this shows you how many short orders are placed onto Bitfinex, and that kind of correlates throughout the entire market, and that kind of shows you your sentiment level for Bitcoin. So and remember, these are not, you're not trading the underlying asset here. These are derivative products. So yes, it doesn't correlate to well, it does correlate to Bitcoin price, but they're not. You're not actually trading Bitcoin on here. What you're saying is pretty much a promise to buy and sell contracts. And Amal has a great course coming out that will definitely describe all of that. So keep an eye out for that, guys. But if you don't know about order books or derivative products or shorting and going long per se, uh, definitely. Definitely keep an eye out for our trading course that's coming out very, very soon. Um, so on the 4 hour, this is actually pretty interesting. So on shorts, what it means is when it's going up, that means there are more and more short orders being placed. And so what does that mean? That means short orders are being placed. Therefore, people are predicting Bitcoin is going to go down. So the higher short orders, Bitcoin's going to go down. The lower, it means people are longing. But again, we haven't had a, excuse me, we haven't had a market that's been very friendly to bulls. I mean, this is a bear market, and this chart is showing it. We're gradually increasing. We hit our all-time high on December 7th for short orders, which is pretty substantial, and including on BitMEX as well. So even though I think most people use BitMEX when they're using derivative products or when they're trading. Margin trading in general. But I guess I only have access to BTC USD shorts here, so I'm only going to be talking about that. But again, it correlates throughout the entire market. All right. So you see we have this small little lull here. So what we're expecting is, unfortunately, we're expecting Bitcoin to go down. But only to a certain point, right? The resistance levels are there, and people trading the actual asset make the decisions. But that being said, Bitcoin really isn't holding water right now, and even though this is a small lull in the shorts, in the short orders, we'll see what actually happens in the grand scheme of things. So let's go to BTC USD longs now. Longs as well. I mean, I think it's just going to go down. I think the sentiment is down. We just took a look at BAT. We just took a look at Bitcoin shorts and long. We will be taking a look at the Bitcoin charts, the actual chart, not the long and short charts, but we will be looking at actual Bitcoin charts. But before we did that, I wanted to go over to CoinMarketCap and look at the market cap here. So if we pull this out just to 3 months, you can see we're staying remarkably steady, right under 150 to 100 and 100 billion. So that's pretty good. But the more interesting thing is if I click volume, I guess yeah, there's the gray bar down here is volume, and this is the market cap. So if you look at the volume, you see we're not really teetering. I mean, I'm just going to scroll over this slowly. You see how it's 15 to 16 billion, sometimes 18, 19, 20 billion per day that's being traded in the entire market. But it's staying remarkably stable. There's not any like 11, 12, 13 until you come up to here. Until you start looking in November. Surprisingly, with the lower volume, you actually saw a higher price, which is pretty interesting. But that means there are more people using blockchain and the Bitcoin network, more people trading it than there was in November. I mean, just for example, we have 15, 13, 11, 13, 13, and we have some 20. So there were some off days as well. But we're staying remarkably stable at around $16 billion traded every single day. So that's that, of course, is pretty interesting to me. And I think that's a relevant statistic that we should keep an eye out on in the grand scheme of things. All right. So let's go over to BTC USD. So if you look at the hourly here, you can see we took quite a little bit of a dip. But on the 4 hour, And even on the hourly, it doesn't look that bad. Even though stochastic RSI is pretty high on the 1 hour, but on the 4 hour, it looks like it might jump back up for a brief moment. You know, we don't know if this is going to go on an extended bull run, but my inkling is that we will hit around 34 to 35 sometime within the next day. So, but that being said, am I putting in any orders today or tomorrow or the day after? You know, I'm being pretty conservative here because I think we have an extended bear market, but I don't think that's going to play out very well for us. And unfortunately, I think that Bitcoin in general needs some sort of capitulation or some sort of hallmark moment for it to jump right back up. And remember, this is not technical analysis. This is fundamental analysis. So I'm just thinking about long-term milestones for crypto, whether that be Ethereum's proof of stake or larger merchant adoption for Bitcoin, or Lightning Network becoming more stable and easy to use. You know, these are all things that I'm looking forward to and planning towards when discussing investment, right? So for me, I actually have an order in for 2,900, just because I think that's our I'd say it's 2,930, to be very precise. It's 2,930, and that's just my price that I would get back into Bitcoin in, and that's pretty much how I foresee everything going right now. Is we are still, the sentiment is pretty low. Shorts are higher, getting higher. We did see that little. Remember, we're all looking at that cyclical moment to get in and get out of Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything like that. But as of right now, it's just staying educated, right? It's just staying educated. On a fundamental, there is no use. PayPal and Visa is just better, but making money on thin air code, sure. I completely agree. And until we have a merchant adoption mechanism, which is easy to use and people aren't scared of volatility and legal, then we're actually going to be well. I mean, if you look at, or Bitcoin's going to do well. If you look at Coinbase, what is it? Coinbase's merchant solution. I forget what it's called. Anyways, it's the Coinbase merchant solution. And we also have, what else do we have? We have BitPay, which processed over $1 billion last year. And one thing that I'm working on is Monarch, accepting Ethereum and Bitcoin payments and transferring it into fiat. So hardcore crypto cash. And we're doing it legally, compliant. We're based in the United States, so right now Bitcoin and Ethereum are the only commodities available on the market. So that's pretty much what we're doing. Is we're taking Bitcoin, transferring into fiat. So, for example, if you want to sell a $10 product, you could accept $10 in fiat. So that's pretty much merchant solutions in a nutshell. People don't want exposure to Bitcoin. If I'm a car dealer, I don't want Bitcoin because at the end of the day, I have to worry about ends meet. And what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is volatile as hell. I don't want to accept $25,000 in the next hour. It goes down to $20,000. And that's just a sad reality about crypto. Until it's more used and it has a much higher market cap, we're going to have these huge fluctuations in crypto price and volatility in general. That's why it is a great earning potential. And my green screen is moving over here. My bad, guys. Guess I shouldn't be leaning over. But yeah, it's pretty low. I mean, if you look at crypto stats, crypto YouTube stats, this is actually interesting. Everyone's channel has suffered since 2018, 2017. We're still here. We're still creating content, but there's a lot of people that just straight up quit. They're like, hey, crypto's dead, which is smart. I mean, honestly, if you're not making money in this space, then it's not sustainable over the long run. But we're still here, and we've always have been here. Whether it be our old school group, our Slack group, old school Slack group, which is 2015, 2016, or whether it be our brand new Discord group, we've been here, and we have hundreds of people in our group, staying active, staying educated in the markets, and making sure that people could relay information. Because honestly, if you tell people, if you go to work and be like, hey, I invested in Bitcoin, depends on where you work, but this is how I was in 2013. I went to work and I was like, yeah, I invested in Bitcoin. They're like, oh, that's that magic internet money. No one knew about that. And just to bounce ideas off, I had a text group. And from that text group, evolved the channel and evolved the Discord lounge. So, and there's a lot of salty people in the space, and that's just the reality, right? Is if you lose money, you're going to be salty. Greetings from Netherlands. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We're on every other day rather now. We used to be live every day, but that's a bull market move right there. If you see us going live every day, we're positive, but we go live every other day. It's usually me, Jason, and Sam that stream back and forth. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, even though it's a low number. We used to have on average 250 viewers in the bull market, but now we're sometimes down to 50. 50 is average, and then now on off days it's even like 20 or 30. So I really do appreciate it, guys. And this is a no shill channel. There's a lot of shitty YouTubers out there that don't know anything about Bitcoin, its development, its space, and on this channel we like to stay educated on the space. And we like to understand the technology, and I really do appreciate everyone taking the time out of their day to watch us. But hopefully you guys make some smart decisions and making sure you guys are setting your stop losses. But let's go back to the charts here. So I wanted to make sure that's ingrained in everyone's mind. $16 billion every single day is being traded. That's on average for the last month or so. So it'll be interesting to see any sort of big fluctuation in price or volume, because that'll definitely indicate some sort of move happening there. So make sure you guys remember that 16 billion is kind of our average price right now for volume. So keep an eye on that. When it jumps up to 24, 30, or even 10 or 11 billion dollars, make sure you guys are aware of everything that's happening, and making sure that you understand that a lot of this volume is coming from wash trading, and I like to express that because a lot of the exchange volume you're seeing is fake volume, right? And we can even just go here, exchanges by adjusted volume. Like, do I believe that there's $600 million being traded on Binance? Let's go to reported. Do I believe that there's 5 billion or 5 billion a week on BitHum and 4 billion a week on BitMEX? It's just hard to believe, guys. Honestly, this space is still so small, and it could easily be manipulated. And that's what I always tell people. $1 billion here and there in volume pricing is going to be nothing in the grand scheme of things. I mean, if you just think about fiat transfer, that's going to be nothing in terms of just the United States alone, let alone the world. So we're still really early, really early into the space. So make sure you guys understand that this is a long run right here. This is a long bear market. A lot of people are predicting it'll go down to 1,800. My opinion, 23, 24, 2,500. And then my worry level is 1,800, and that's where a lot of liquidation I think will happen if it gets below 2,000, especially. Is a lot of people are gonna pretty much FOMO out. You could FOMO in, but you could also FOMO out. So people are going to think, oh man, this price, I don't know if it's going to go up or down, and making sure to capitalize on some of that. So be wary. Make sure you stay educated in this market. And I just wanted to scroll through CoinMarketCap, and this is what we kind of do here. We go over the news, go over big market news, like what we saw on BAT, and of course the Twitter CEO saying that he loves Bitcoin and he only buys Bitcoin. So that's pretty bullish to me. And that's a fortune that has Twitter has mass public appeal. So That's pretty big to me, right? So we have basic attention token up 11%, but that's no surprise. We just spoke about that. Nothing really sticking out at me. We're still staying pretty. Aurora's been actually pretty interesting. You know, it's been fluctuating like crazy. I mean, just look at that chart. I don't even know what exchange it's on, honestly. Time to do some research. KuCoin and CoinEgg. Okay, that kind of makes sense. What the hell am I looking at? Give me some real world examples. Honestly, Aurora makes a breakthrough in the crypto world, creating a bright and colorful blockchain world. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. If I go to Apple, if I go to apple.com right now, let's go. Great. I'm hit with a product, right? I'm hit with a product. This is their major product. This is their biggest product line, the iPhone X. What happens if I go to Ford.com? Great, a truck. Big product. What happens if I go to Google.com? Great, their biggest product. Little did you know, when every time you search something through here, somebody's getting paid and Google's getting paid a shit ton of money. This is their major form of revenue. Redirecting people who use the Google search and optimizing ads. Google Ads is a multi-billion-dollar market every single year. And now let's go back to Aurora. Creating a bright and colorful blockchain world. That is a marketing state for crypto right now. It's really upsetting. It's really sad. Um, I think this is being wash-traded. I don't know what the hell is happening here. But if this is your major page when people try to find out more, I mean, their partner is great. I mean, they have pretty good partners. You know, they have a lot of funds in Cointelegraph, I guess. You know, but like, what the hell is going on? Like, what are you selling here? And I'll show you people that do a great job. We'll go to Coinbase. Buy and sell cryptocurrency, very easy to use, very simple. Or BitPay. Great. Kind of an example. And then I'll just go to Monarch token. And then, of course, we have Cloudflare protection, making sure we're not getting DDoS'd. We were getting DDoS bad. There were a lot of people attacking Monarch token for a while. You know, complete crypto solution. Monarch aims to create a robust ecosystem, consumer and business. There you go. There you go. That's what we're talking about, right? Cover it all. Boom. I get to see a product, right? But what the hell is this? And I know I'm going off of a little bit of a tangent, but why? But why? All it is a blockchain. What am I using it for? Can I build dApps on it? Is it a cryptocurrency? Is it for a specific industry? What sector am I targeting? What's going on with Icon? What happened with Icon, which everybody called, and I'll even show you here. What happened with Icon, the price is going low, is that it was being pumped up. It was absolutely being pumped up. With any project, for example, I'll go to Bitcoin. Wow, actually, this is pretty interesting. We're looking at the Bitcoin charts. That's what I love about this space, man. It's great. I find this encouraging. We're looking at 2017, end of 2017, where we were at all-time high. We were at $13 billion in volume. Now we're at 16 billion, and we're at like a fifth of the price. So more people are using the network. This is brilliant. But you know, the price is going down just 'cause basic supply and demand, right? But Icon is one of those few cryptocurrencies that is developing. I actually have a magnet on my fridge from Icon when I went to Consensus last year, and I'll be there again this year. Crypto is dead. I don't think crypto is dead. I think crypto is in its growing stages, right? Uh, if crypto was in its infancy, I think crypto is reaching um, adolescence, right? I think crypto is reaching its preteens. It's getting angsty, right? I'm talking about 20, 12, 13, where every kid's being weird. Um, you start discovering things. We are at a preteen crypto market right now. Um, and that's just a sad thing. And guess what? What comes after preteen? That teenage years. In teenage years, it's going to be rough, rocky, but there'll be an explosion of growth. And that's why I don't think we're there yet. I don't think there's a lot of people that have adopted crypto yet, and that's why I think we're in the crypto has no use case. That's absurd. There's use cases every single day. Look at BAT. We have basic attention token doing great. That's one of the best use cases for it. Public systems or public distribution where no one could lie. We have Ethereum being launching a ton of projects in a ton of different sectors. Blockchain is not dead. Crypto, if you wanted to say is dead, I would say yeah, I'd agree with you. But what does it do? It distributes fairly, evenly, and it has consensus. There's no third-party organization. If I wanted to send you basic attention token, no one can stop me from sending you basic attention token. Unlike capital, unlike cash, where Bitcoin is being monitored through banks. The whole thing behind Bitcoin is to eliminate banks, to eliminate the third-party middleman system who wrecks you on your prices, who wrecks you on fees. You know, trillions of dollars of fees that go through the bank system. No, that's not how it works. That's not how crypto works. Crypto is peer-to-peer. That's the beauty of it. If we look at torrents, if we look at Netscape, if we look at LimeWire, everything, all these networks are peer-to-peer networks. And what we have here in the crypto space is peer-to-peer distributed ledger technology, not only with your data, but also your capital, your wealth, right? And so that is the whole beauty behind it. And no, not all cryptocurrencies do the same thing, right? Bitcoin is a store of value. XRP is for bank ledgers. Ethereum is for smart contracts and protocol development, and specifically building dApps. EOS is for the same thing as Ethereum, but more centralized. Bitcoin Cash, a shittier Bitcoin. Tether, a peg token. Litecoin, Bitcoin testnet. That was a quote by Charlie Lee. Tron, same thing as Ethereum. Stellar, same thing as Ethereum. Binance Coin is a mechanism to pay fees. Bitcoin SV, I don't know what it's doing there. Honestly, don't know. Don't care. Don't give a shit. Cardano, same thing as Ethereum, but enterprise level, right? More and more throughput. More and more throughput. Stellar, by far being the best, even though it's a little bit more centralized, has incredible throughput. Dash, a lot of people in South America are still using Dash to this day. Dash is cash. IOTA, don't know what that's doing. Monero, stealth. So that means not traceable, by any sort of big government party. So these are big things that are happening, and and of course the dApps are going to be much lower. Like we have Sia Coin. Sia Coin is decentralized storage. You could use it right now. Just because you're not using it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, and that's the whole point, right? Future of Ethereum. When have EOS and Tron competing? I don't know. Future of Ethereum, when we have EOS and Tron competing. Oh, well, yeah. I think Ethereum is going to scale. I think sharding's an option. I think rating's an option. And these are all scaling possibilities. Raid network and sharding and plasma and proof of stake, which is Casper, right? So we have a bunch of these cool things coming out for Ethereum, only becoming faster and faster and widely used. Solidity is a pretty easy language to learn and understand. And of course, Tron and EOS, they'll be out there and as competitors, but they don't have that first market advantage. And a lot of people trust the Ethereum network. That's the biggest thing. People trust the Bitcoin network. and that's why people use it, right? If I send it to you, you will get the money for sure. All right. All right. Anyways, I really do appreciate everybody tuning in. There'll be something new and refreshing every single day, or every single time I stream, which is every other day. We'll probably have Trader Talk today or tomorrow on Friday or Thursday. We usually do that around 6 p.m. Pacific time, so keep an eye out for that, and we'll have a bunch of people on just talking about the market. But specifically, if I wanted to leave something here today, I want you to take a look and keep an eye out for that 24-hour volume, and of course BAT. I mean, BAT is doing amazing right now, but that 24-hour volume doing really, really great things in the entire network here. But we have $16 billion being traded, and that's remarkable, right? That's remarkable for the Bitcoin network, specifically because Bitcoin is taking a large, that dominance is saying 53% is happening on the Bitcoin network. So we are looking at this, and it's staying remarkably stable. That means people are using this technology. It isn't dead per se, but yeah, I really do appreciate everybody here, and thanks again for watching the stream. Peace out, y'all.